from WCIA 3 Plus with your hosts Glenn Kinley, Courtney Layne Brewer, and Tristan Thomas. This is the SEPQ, your Illini Nation WCIA 3-in-1 podcast.
Welcome into the Your Illini Nation WCIA 3-in-1 podcast. I'm Tristan Thomas, and she is Courtney Layne Brewer, and we are talking about a pretty good Illinois basketball team right now. Courtney, at the time of recording this, just coming off or looking ahead to the second Northwestern game, just coming off the second Nebraska game. And I've seen a lot of Illinois basketball in my lifetime, and I don't know if I've seen a stretch like this where you win 11 straight, back-to-back top 5 road wins. You were there for one of them at Purdue. I mean, what's your perspective on this of, still being pretty new to the area and Illinois basketball, but still, I imagine you're really impressed with what you've seen.
Well, first of all, I've been telling people here in the office this all for the last 2 weeks now. That Purdue game is going to go down as one of the coolest moments of my career.
I bet.
It wouldn't have mattered which side I had been on, honestly. Could have been there as a completely neutral concessions worker. To see what Illinois did, to see what Keaton Wagler did on the road was just instant classic basketball. And then to turn around, come home, get an easy win, and then go to Nebraska, who you lost a heartbreaker to. Yeah. A loss that say you didn't draw Nebraska twice this year, that loss would have haunted fans for years. And so to go to their house where they'd already broken their win streak that week and hand them another loss, it's just a really, I was sitting here watching that game, sitting in our studio downstairs rather, just like with goosebumps all over me, kind of trying to pinch myself because you don't want to get too high on February 3rd, but this is looking like a really good basketball team.
I mean, the offense is legit. Just all the advanced metrics, love them. Number one team in Ken Pom in offense. And the defense, we've seen that pick up as well. They're not fouling. That's something that I've noticed as well. And really, it's just been this team winning in a variety of ways. That's really impressive. Whereas even go back to the most recent Elite 8 year, it was a lot of Terrence Shannon, takeover time, and then some Marcus Damask booty ball. But that team was going to score a lot of points. We've seen, even if on an off shooting night against a Washington team that you expected to beat, you should have beat, and you did beat. You didn't shoot it all that well. And it didn't matter because, you played enough defense, you got enough stops there at the end. But then when you get, you can get the crazy offense in spurts. We saw it in the second half against Nebraska. We saw it the whole game in the win at Purdue, as you were mentioning, Courtney. But I think when you talk about March and what you have to be able to do, you have to be able to go into different situations, different matchups, different lineups against different teams that you don't know you're playing necessarily, especially once you get into the NCAA tournament. That's what's been really impressive to me is just the kind of variety, the combo platter of skills that this team has.
And it also, I continue to be reminded of how well Brad Underwood schedules. The front loading he did with the Alabama, Tennessee, UConn, right? Mm-hmm. The years run together. Yeah. The front loading he did to get this group ready, and also the pacing of the schedule to get this group ready for when we get to March and you're turning around and playing one game, one day off, one game, one day off, continues to remind me of how good of a job Brad does at that.
No doubt. And it's Illinois teams of the past, they didn't schedule like that. They didn't play those tough teams in the non-conference. And you paid the price for it. It was a rude awakening when you got into Big Ten play. But this team went into Big Ten play like battle tested. And you see Keaton, his ascension.
What do we even say about Keaton?
What else
do
can
we say about Keaton?
Yeah, it's just been an unprecedented freshman season. You talk about some of the best freshman seasons in recent memory. Better than all of them. Ayo Dosunmu, Illinois legend. He took some time to really get rolling as a freshman, was making an impact by the time that season wrapped up. But the way Keaton, really since that UConn game, he had 3 points. Since then, he's been in double figures every single game. Just smooth, skilled, cool, calm, collected, all the attributes, and also the ability to just go absolutely nuclear. NBA range, now 19 years old. Happy birthday,
Happy
Keaton
birthday.
Wagler. Yeah, it's just been so impressive. And truly, this, he's been someone that delivered on the preseason hype. You look back on all the quotes of this guy's legit. And then all of a sudden, he's pretty good.
I mean, just unflappable,
Yeah.
this kid. Nothing phases him. He's humble as they come. And he's just ridiculous on the court. I mean, again, I don't know what else we say about Keaton Walker.
Yeah, and it's as we talked about this team, so much like variety and different guys that can really spark you. David Mirkovic, another freshman that's just doing big things. So many different players, so much talent on this team. Brad Underwood gets into some of that and kind of hoping to get Kylan Boswell back as soon as possible. An update from him. And we're going to take a quick break. And then after that, we'll hear from Brad Underwood. This is, again, going into the second Northwestern game just before the day before that. So here's Brad Underwood.
Yeah, back at it. Did a lot of positive things in the Northwestern game other than a 3-minute stinker. But great environment, very, very good Nebraska team. I felt great, to be very honest, at half, kind of with the 11 threes they made and the control of the game, the control of the atmosphere. Never really got too bad other than that stretch, which was live ball turnovers and a shot block. But thought second half we were both ends were very solid, very dialed in. And we just continue to make the right plays. So felt good about that. Now it's Northwestern and Nick Martinelli and his second in the country, leading the Big Ten in scoring. Came off a great win at Southern Cal. Played great. Chris has kind of changed the lineup a little bit. But the West kid is playing much better at the point than the first time we saw him. You've seen this team improve. We have to do a much better job on the glass than we did in the first game. We gave up 22 second chance points. Singleton wore us out. And they're playing a little faster. So we've got to be dialed in transition. I thought that was a real positive thing for us in the Nebraska game was we kept them for the most part out of transition and didn't give them the easy ones when we didn't other than those couple live ball turnovers. But very, very good team that we've got to do a great job on Nick. We've got to make his stuff hard and not give him easy opportunities. So expect a challenge as always when Northwestern comes to town.
I asked you about Z and his ability to alter, block shots, and he's blocking more than he has, and he's fouling less than he has. How did you guys kind of get that out of him?
Yeah, I mean, we emphasize not fouling. I mean, I think today we're third in the country in fewest fouls, and so there's no reason to foul or to block a shot if you're going to foul. There's no reason to block a shot and knock it out of bounds if you can block it and keep it in bounds. So I think that we've emphasized some of those things with him. He's got great instincts, and his timing is exceptional. He's very quick twitch. He's quick off the ground, and there's no doubt he's elite at doing that. So I think it's just been us emphasizing it's not okay to foul and let's try to keep it in play as often as we can.
When you have that kind of rim protection, does it snowball a little bit where you can do more things on the perimeter since you have somebody guarding the rim?
Yeah, no, yes and no. We don't want to be in a gamble mode, on the perimeter, but it is comforting to know that there is some positional size back there, and I think our mentality has always been no layups, and I think Nebraska shot, right at 40% on layups, and a few of those came late in the game. But I think it's important to for our guys to know that they're back there, he and Tommy, and even Ben, and that's our mentality. So we've got to be solid. We can't be reckless on the perimeter, but our guys are doing a pretty nice job of that.
We've talked a lot about forcing turnovers. Can block shots inbounds be a de facto?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a piece that can lead to an easy basket, and it can deter what a team wants to do. So I think all those things play into the fact that we're still not a team that's lighting the world on fire in terms of forcing turnovers, but it's something that is sure deterrent for us and been good for us.
The positive attention is only skyrocketing now. How do you help the young guys keep that out of their heads if they need to?
The good thing is they don't need it. Yeah, I mean there's obviously more people wanting to talk and converse, and I've seen no inclination that it's bothering anybody or changing the way they're practicing or the way our guys are connecting, and it's almost been enhanced a little bit, and again Keaton just kind of takes it all in. Merck is a guy that just kind of laughs everything off, and so we'll always monitor it and want to be dialed in, but it's hadn't been an issue.
I guess in that vein, Keaton was named one of the mid-season top 10 for the Jerry West Award, where some awards are still positional, even if it might not be the exact right one. But do you like to see him on the koozie, or are you okay with West right now?
Wherever they want to put him, he's a really good college basketball player, and that's quite an honor, and wherever they want to put him, it's fine with me.
Seems like Keaton, just even killed each time. Your other freshmen like Io or Trent, like have you ever had freshmen like him, like Keaton, where he just like straight the entire time?
No. He's unique. He's unique that way, and whether it was the quiet first half and 5 points and into 23-point second half, it's just great poise and very mature, and I think he grows as he learns in those moments very quickly. So it's a tribute to him.
The personality of this team overall is kind of a mature team, even though you have some young guys. Where do you think that comes from?
Yeah, I think a lot about that. I don't know if I've got a great answer. I would like to say maybe it's just some natural upbringing. I think it's their confidence from their intelligence, their ability to problem solve and process pretty quickly. I think there's definitely some value in me sitting down trying to figure that out at the end of the year when it comes to recruiting in the future, and maybe it's just unique. I don't know. I think Kylan gives us a lot of comfort just because of his experience. I think we see that in Tommy. Jake and Ben have all been through it, so I think it that part is comforting. But we just adapt pretty quickly to whatever that moment is.
Talked about roles solidifying for these guys. How does that happen for Dobbin? It seems like a lot of threads kind of either come to him or from him.
Yeah, and I mean, his versatility is a huge piece of what we key on, and it's matchups for him. It's shifting him, on the ball some, playing and post up some. It's a wide variety, but it's nothing that he can't handle. And again, his basketball IQ very, very high. His motor's very, very high. Again, it's rare to have 6'9", 250 that versatile. So he's handled that with pretty much ease, because he's a very, very, he's a basketball savant. He's got tremendous IQ.
And that's something you saw for him. Was that something he was comfortable with right away when he got
here? Yeah, he has not backed down from any of that. He loves that challenge. He loves that experimentation almost. okay, I can do this. I'm not just labeled as a, you know, as a 5-man that's, you know, this. I can do these things. And obviously an upbringing where he was, you know, a point guard has allowed him to have some skills and some processing abilities that are a little unique. But yeah, he loves all that stuff.
Tommy's activity on the glass the last 4 or 5 games has been really good. How much of that is a spark for the rest of what he does just to be active early on the glass?
Yeah, it's a huge piece. He's playing great, and his rebounding, his ball screen defense has been very good. He's an elite screener. You know, his ability to for screening angles, his ability to flip screens and just read the on-ball defender is elite. So yeah, it's all kind of been a nice gelling process once he's gotten back healthy and in shape.
Tyler talked about you guys have something like 20 some odd screens that you teach. How has that evolved for you guys in terms of adding more or just different intricacies in that part of the game?
Yeah, it's the concept of reading it now and understanding what the coverage is, how they cover it. You know, we talk all the time about, you know, whether it's the switch, whether it's a coverage, seeing what coverage it's in. So, you know, and then just adapting. So we do it every single day. We have segmented practice that we start practice with where it's, you know, it's just simply 2-on-2, and it's reading those opportunities and setting, and with an emphasis on making sure they're the right ones and the right angles and attacking the right coverage.
Recruiting question, a little off topic. I wanted to ask you about Lucas Morello. Our network just put him number 28 overall in the country. What kind of senior season is he having?
Yeah, he was injured a little bit early. He had a wrist injury, which slowed him down. But just a phenomenal season. Plays on a very, very good team. Extremely well coached, and you know, he does what he does, which is impact winning. He's versatile. You know, he's a multi-position guy, elite rebounder at his spot, and you know, he's a guy that physically has a great frame, a great body, and it's going to allow him to come in here and put those things to test right away, because physically he's strong. But you know, fought a little injury early with the wrist, but has bounced back and healthy and played great.
As a coach who appreciates good passing work, how do you view Tommy's kind of one-timer to Jake?
Lucky. No, it was exceptional because he knew. The piece that excites me is that we knew where each other should be, and the pass happened, but it doesn't happen if we don't know where we're supposed to be on that play. Okay, and when the cut happened, that we get out of the dead corner. You know, that we call it a short shake. We get to a short shake, and that he's in that spot, and that's where Tommy knocked it to. But great instincts by Tommy, obviously, but great on Jake's part as well, not just for making the shot, but being in the right spot.
Does that play happen a month ago?
No,
2 months ago?
not even close. Not even close.
So what's changed that way they
just chemistry, playing together. That's the frustrating part as a coach. What we missed early, we just that connection, that just there's a synergy that happens when you're on the court enough together and you're playing together and your timing is right, and that's the stuff that we didn't have early, just because we didn't have all the pieces right, and doing the right things yet, and you just have to do it over and over. And you know, we practice boring. We do the same stuff, you know, almost every day in practice from our fundamental stuff, and that's the stuff that happens when you get good at boring.
Talked about mid-February for Kyle and his timeline. When do you know when he might be able to be more full participant in practice?
We'll have a better idea here in the next 24 to 48 hours. He's still got stitches in his hand. He's working on his conditioning. at a pretty high clip right now to keep doing that. He's working on offhand stuff, but it's a process that we sure don't want to rush, and we want to make sure it's right. But we'll be told here, at some point what that looks like.
How has Kylan handled this situation, being on the bench and being injured? What's he been like over the last month or 2 weeks?
Like a veteran who cares, like a veteran who's invested. Just been incredible with our guys on the bench. He's there every day in practice. He's in every huddle with them. He's truly like another coach, and I wouldn't have expected any different. And then all the meanwhile, he's having to do his own deal and work and stay in shape. So, but he's been a dream. He's been another coach.
Jaden Reed caught fire a little bit in the last meeting in Evanston. Is that a matchup you got your eye on? Sure. He's a really good player, and he got going against us and just had an incredible ball game. They played well, and we were fortunate. I think that again their second chance points hurt us. We were very average in terms of blocking them out, hitting them. That's something we got to be much better at. But we've also got to be alert to him. He was very effective in the mid-range. He was very effective at the 3-point line, and he gives them a nice option off the bench.
All right, welcome back, and wrapping up the WCIA 3 Your Illini Nation 3-in-1 podcast. Courtney, of course, a lot to talk about with the women's team as well. At the time of recording, coming off that win on the West Coast, still out there, got another game there against Oregon, but a good ranked win. We've seen this team play some of the best of the best. You're talking Ohio State, UCLA. They got USC to come on Super Bowl Sunday. But it was nice to see them kind of see some of the fruits of their labor kind of come to fruition in a sense, where they actually got a big road win over a ranked team in Washington.
Yeah, let me break this down. As it stands right now, the Illini are 16-6. Mm-hmm. They've played 7 ranked teams this season.
They've had a gauntlet.
2 wins in those 7, which means we have journalism degrees, but I can do a little math here, which means 5 of Illinois' 6 losses are to ranked opponents. And I'm pretty sure all to ranked Big Ten opponents. Don't take my word on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've seen. And it's shades of what Brad Underwood has done with the scheduling. Shauna has paced this team, and they've really hit their stride as the calendar has turned. I was looking today, Sierra Parchment, who is biting the heels of Keaton Wagler with her Freshman of the Week accolades. Yeah. Sierra Parchment, who was playing really well before the turn of the calendar. Since the calendar turned, is averaging like 15 points a game and has had 3 straight 20-point games.
Yeah, and it's not just the scoring; it's the rebounding too. Shauna Green loves that, and just seemingly inching towards becoming just that double-double machine we saw from Kendall Bostic over the years. But really just a different skill set. I mean, she can shoot it. She can go inside and score a bunch of different ways in the post, layups. She can hit the 3 and rebound. Just she can handle the ball as well. We see in the fast break, she can get going. And Destiny Jackson as well, stacking some big games. Something I noticed from that Washington game, she was taking some hits. She took that charge and hit her back, and then got elbowed in the head. She was still playing. The Chicago product really impressing, and just give her the ball, and good things seem to happen for this team.
It says a lot about your youngsters when Barry Wallace isn't your headline. Yeah, Barry Wallace, who is continuing to be consistent in the best way.
She really should be. I mean, she really is just a sophomore who is just taking off, ascending. Continuing to live up to that McDonald's All-American status that she brought coming in here. But also looking ahead to Super Bowl Sunday, they're trying to sell out, and that's something we've been following, and we'd like to see them get a good crowd, at least for sure, and certainly would be a marquee win against a USC team that's down a little bit. No Juju Watkins.
Down a little bit, but is still USC. I remember my first full basketball season here was the first Iowa season without Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
You're still welcoming that team and those colors and what those colors mean to town. And that's what you have here in USC. So this team hasn't sold out the State Farm Center since Teresa Grants was here in 1999. Yes, it's Super Bowl Sunday, but it's a noon tip-off, so you can come to the game. Tickets are like $5. Come to the game, see some really high-quality basketball, and then enjoy the game, because these are two teams. One team that is a constant contender and one team that is not even going like this in terms of national attention.
Illinois men's basketball, Illinois women's basketball, high school sports, everything else we got you covered on air, online, and on our digital channels, WCIA.com, WCIA3 News, Sports. You know where to find us on digital channels. Courtney, anything else before we wrap up here?
Just coming in a few hours ago, I'm really excited for Jacob Harvey joining the Illini. You know how much I love when our local kids stay local. He's going to be back together with Braden Trimble, which I think is just precious, and so excited for the great kid. Interesting
to hear his recruiting story. Interested to catch up with him in the future. And, of course, Caden Considine balled out for Byron against Unity in the state championship game. He's coming to Illinois, too. Bloodlines there pretty strong as well. So for Courtney, Layne, Brewer, I am Tristan Thomas. We'll see you next time.